Christine had 3 different personalities. Each one of those personalities would kick in depending on the condition, her stress or other conditions. And that personality was not aware of the other 2. In the last week, I had a chance to listen to some of the videos of Bernardo Kastrup, the philosopher and computer scientist, and get to know his idea of analytical idealism. According to Bernardo, the whole universe, the whole substrate behind everything, behind every living being, is a single universal mind. And in that mind, there are dissociated personalities. Those dissociated personalities, similar to the multiple personality in Christine, are us. We are dissociated personalities of the universal mind. But why would he think that way? He thinks what disconnects the interconnectedness of the mind is the boundary or the membrane that is made because of our brain, our body, our skin, our 5 senses. These are like boundaries that separates us, that puts us in a certain container and makes it disconnected from the other memory, other person's brain and body and qualia. So that boundary that disconnects us, it traps part of that mind in itself that is going to be unaware of the other minds. That's why we do not know what's going on in the brain of the other person. We can't understand what they think about, and we do to some extent to subtle signs, such as like we look at their eyes and we kind of think, oh, they're happy, they're sad, or things like that. But we cannot completely understand what's going on in their brain. We can't understand what they are thinking about. And that's because of this boundary that has separated us, that has dissociated us from the whole, or has fragmented the whole to pieces of the consciousness that are all the humans or them. So basically, behind the scenes is the single mind, and then there are these boundaries, there are these membranes that, like a balloon, captures pieces of that mind and separates it from the other minds, from the other balloons, and from the base mind. We just call this physical stuff, material stuff, because we are that type of mind that are dissociated. So what we call material is those dissociated pieces. Once those material boundary breaks, like when you break the balloon, the air within the balloon is going to merge to the air around it. So similar to that, when we break this boundary, we're going to merge to the universal mind. And there won't be any illusory self that we have while we have this boundary or membrane that trapped this piece of mind. My question would be, how did that membrane was formed? These membranes that we are, these boundaries, that is us, our brain. So this is formed because of the will of that mind. So what caused it? This, we know that evolution by natural selection gave rise to life. And one of the basic theories about the starter of the evolution is compartmentation. So when the lipid bilayer around the cell was formed, it could separate the inside of the cell from outside and would make this differential potential, or the gradient, so that matter can move, the ions can move from within cell to outside or vice versa. And after that, things were built up. But that's something to kickstart the evolution. So the question is, was this initial boundary, this compartment in the mind, behavior of the universal mind. That after that went through the evolution by natural selection. So if that's the case, every cell should have their own mind in that case. Tom Campbell is another physicist who thinks that the mind or the consciousness is a system, and its nature is essentially information, and that system has a goal, and that system would throw in a bunch of initial conditions to simulate this whole space-time. And we are, what we see as physical bodies are our avatars within this virtual reality. And what is behind the scene is the consciousness itself that is locked in to these avatars that was not programmed explicitly. It was programmed through genetic algorithm or the evolution by natural selection algorithm. Bernardo's idea answers this question, why the minds cannot read the other minds, because, well, there is this boundary. And then Tom's idea of God throwing initial conditions and letting the simulation to run and evolve. So I think the both theory together complement each other. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching.